Hey everybody, it's Joey. We're on day 2 of my 15-day horror movie review for this year, trying to get a better knowledge of horror movies from today and yesterday. So today's review is The Lodge, which came out a couple of years ago. I wasn't sure what this movie was. I had seen the posters when it came out everywhere, so the curiosity, I guess, had stayed at the back of my mind. So when I saw it was on streaming, I thought I'd give it a watch. So initially, I thought this movie, it had all the right parts to, a great horror movie, and I thought, and for all intents and purposes, it was. The cast was solid. The setting was very beautiful. Just the way it was shot was gorgeous. The sound, the music, the atmosphere of the lodge was fantastic. All that I think they had down. Then the characters started making a lot of weird decisions throughout the movie. I was totally down with the plot up to the point where they actually get to the lodge, and the characters just start getting very weird and start making weird decisions, and it just becomes almost like I don't know who I'm rooting for here. Do I like Grace? Am I on the side of the kids? Why is the dad just leaving his children with this lady who he's going to marry, but the kids don't know very well? There was a lot of oddness to this film, a lot of weird choices made by the characters, but ultimately, it started ramping up. It got to sort of the climax point. There was a whole thing about whether they were dead or not. Maybe it was a purgatory thing. Didn't totally buy that when it was happening, but it was an interesting premise, and I thought I wish. That's kind of my thing with this movie. I wish it had gotten weirder. Although I do like that they pulled back on it. They made it, this isn't purgatory. They're actually losing their minds here on Earth. That's totally possible. These kids also have issues because their mother, committed suicide. So I thought, there was a lot of cool stuff happening. I like that it didn't go too supernatural there in purgatory. It would have been cool, but I like that they made the kids seem like kind of like jerks, and they're really messing with this lady. And they mess with her so bad that she actually cracks, and you find out early in the film that she was, she grew up in a cult where a lot of people died, and she didn't. Might have killed them, might not have. Things just sort of devolve, and she cracks, and then the dad finally, after not hearing from anybody, finally comes back after he's been gone for way too long. Or, maybe the clocks are kind of messed up. You don't really know what day it is, so she kind of starts dissociating and thinking she's dead, or maybe things are dreams that are not dreams, and like they're telling her she's waking up in the middle. There's a lot of just crazy crap going on through this whole movie. Sometimes you kind of, the fact that so much weirdness is happening, but it's kind of like subtle, like weirdness that, it ends up feeling like a prank, like kids pranking an adult, which is exactly what it is at some point. And I do like that, but I think the ending is what really kind of took me out of it. I wish it had gotten weirder, but she kind of resigned to being, she cracked so much that she went back to her cult state, and she was paranoid, and she had to repent and all this stuff. So she kills the father, and then the kids try to escape, and kind of assume that they don't. So it ends up just sort of like crumbling in on itself. Everybody's dead except her, and it's just it ends up kind of a huge mess. Everybody more or less seems like kind of crappy in this movie, especially the father leaving his kids with this woman. There's a lot of just bad decisions, and kind of a lot of selfish decisions as well. It's hard to really say who's in the wrong here, because everybody seems to kind of contribute to the chaos in their own way, and they all kind of get what they kind of get theirs towards the end. Not sure if the ultimate punishment is worth whatever's going on there. Any uncomfortable awkwardness is worth what they get, but it manifests and ends up being that way. Overall, I really like the movie. I know I'm kind of down on it a little bit, but I did like the movie. The ending I wasn't crazy about, but that's just my personal subjective preference. But overall, I loved how that movie, went. I love the flow of that movie. I just love the technical, the cinematography of that movie. The sound was great. And the cast was great too. So that's my day 2 review for this month, The Lodge. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you thought of The Lodge. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do videos like this all the time. And we talk about TV shows and peaks, all sorts of stuff. So if you like stuff like that, subscribe and let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget to turn on that bell too. See you later.